All right, man. Talk to talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is. All right, so I came across this. In fact, before I get into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe to me. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. YouTube is not paying me, so I do what I want. All right, so I came across this video on YouTube, and I'm gonna play the video. But before I play the video, I want to say something. This is why I believe that you really need to educate your children and protect your children from people who make statements like this. Because a lot of times there's a lot of confusion going on. And let's just say that this is toxic. This is toxic talk. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people need to be held accountable when they say stuff like this, and not held accountable till they need to go to jail or something like that, but held accountable like they need people who combat this or give good reasons why what he's saying is just garbage. So let's get into it, and then I'll come back and discuss.
Now, somebody sent me a quick video on IG, man, where this young chick asked her grandmother, maybe even great grandmother, if she had ever loved a man. And this woman's response, the demeanor of her response, just goes to show you that loving the man has never been the plan. Taking advantage of the man loving you has always been their mantra.
Have you ever loved a man, Nemo? Ever loved a man? Have you ever loved a man? No. Never? Never. But you were married.
Now, what you see is a woman who almost feels disrespected that she got asked, has she ever loved a man? Now, this is a grandmother, great grandmother. Just imagine how she's held a man down. Imagine how she's been there on the spot for a man. Imagine how she's taken advantage of situations that needed to be taken advantage of for the betterment of her marriage and her family. It's never done out of love. A woman doesn't do things because she loves you. A woman does things because she sees the benefit in doing those things. If a woman doesn't see a benefit in doing something, she's not going to do it for you. It don't matter how you think she feel about you. If a woman don't see the benefit of marrying you, she's not going to marry you. If a woman don't see the benefit of being with you, she's not going to be with you. If a woman don't see the benefit of having your children, Brittany Rayner, she's not going to have your children. A woman has to see a benefit in doing the thing that she does, and loving you is never a benefit to her because she sees what loving her does to you. Why do you think men have such a hard time getting over women that they fall in love with? Women never have that type of time getting over men. Women have that type of time when they're young and they've been taken advantage of and lied to. Women don't get angry because they were in love. Women got angry because you played them for a fool. Women got angry because they believed what you were saying. Women got angry because they thought they could trust you. Women got angry because they look like a fool in front of their friends and family. They don't give a care about loving you, man. None of that emotion and none of that, man. Women don't care about that. You're confused if you believe that things a woman does in your life, she does because she loves you. You think a woman with a child married you because she loves you? No, she married you because you're the best version of a stepdad that she's found up to this point. You're a man who either has so much money that she can rely on you to be comfortable for life, or you're a man who makes so little money that she can control you because she makes money.
All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. So, let me get this right, dog. Because this is what really kind of makes me mad about people who make bold statements like this, right? So you pull out a girl off, you go off a video off of IG or TikTok or whatever it was, social media, and you use one example to try to support your argument, which to me is kind of retarded because I know plenty of women who love their husbands, dog. So for you to say, oh, well, look at her demeanor, I'm just going to be straight honest. Her grandmother looked like she was out of it a little bit. She looked like she didn't really know what was being asked to her. And I'm not saying that in a malicious way or anything. I'm just being honest. Like, she just looked like she really didn't comprehend what she was really saying. You know, maybe she thought she was saying love a man now, but who knows? You know, we don't know the grandmother's background. So we can't say, okay, that grandmom is like that. But so you're saying that the plan is never to love the man, right? How's that not the plan? There's plenty of women who love their men. There's plenty of women who out here, matter of fact, I would say the majority of women at one point, they did love their man. Whether they fell out of love or whether they still in love. At one point, they loved him. So you're saying that the plan is basically to benefit the woman, and the only reason why she married is to benefit her, to make her life better? How's that even possible if the man doesn't feel like he's being reciprocating the same love that he's giving her? You think that that man is going to marry her? Now, again, you do got some guys out here who do marry women but the woman has to at least make the man feel like she's in love. Like, there's no way in the world you're going to sit here and tell me that a man is going to marry a woman that he believes that doesn't love him. That doesn't make sense. Like, so what's your point with this whole argument? But I'll get into that later. You know, and then you basically, so you had two different arguments in one argument. You kind of said why you believe that, but without saying it. When you were saying a woman don't want to look like a fool, a woman don't want to look hurt, a woman don't want to be embarrassed. So you're basically saying that that's the reason why women don't love men, right? I guess that's what you're saying. Okay. But even with that argument, that's flawed because, number one, there's plenty of women who love their men. I would go as far as saying women probably love their men more than the men love them. Women put up with more. So if that's not love, then what is that? So okay, somewhere in the background, it could be a woman is benefiting from something, right? It could be. But ultimately, if she stays, ultimately, when the women that are successful, that stay with their husbands, you're telling me that she's only using him to benefit her when she don't need him? So she's not there for love. She's not there because she loves this guy. Is that what you're saying? Because to me, that's stupid. That's a stupid argument. Obviously, she's there. Now, we're not counting, let's just say the women in America, right? Because that's obviously what you're talking about. Because you're not talking about women that's outside the country. Because the women that's outside the country have a whole different mind state. I'm sure that they love their man. Now, some of them, you do have arranged marriages. I would admit that. But the majority of women who get married, they usually love their husband, right? But let's just stick with America. Let's just stick with America, right? There are women who are being abused, and when someone asks, and now that's not a taking advantage thing or to benefit her. But you know when people ask them, well, why did you stay? You know what the first thing they say? Because I love him. So what are you talking about when you say, oh, you don't say, oh, because he loved me. No, most women say because I love him, because he's my world, because he treats me good, because this, or because he does this. Now, I get that when you say because he does this, but for you to say that it's benefiting a woman to stay with a man, and she only do things out because she only have kids with men because she feel like it can benefit her. So basically, you're saying that women with families only have families to benefit the woman, which is fucking stupid. That's stupid. I know plenty of people who have families and they love their husband and their children. Plenty of them. Maybe the women you dealt with or whoever you were talking to, maybe they are like that. But there are plenty of women out here who absolutely love their husband, who absolutely would die for their husband. And if you ask them, they will tell you. So they're lying? They're lying? Like, I don't understand it. This is such a crazy statement for you to make. Like, come on. So you basically telling you, so what would you tell your daughter? Would you tell your daughter, oh, don't make sure you use men and get what you need and make sure it benefits you. Eventually, even if somebody uses something to benefit them, eventually it has to come ahead where they both have to equal. It have to. It can't be something that for the rest of your life benefits you and your husband doesn't recognize it or your wife don't recognize it. How does that make sense? That doesn't make no sense. It's like you probably been through a situation like that and you're saying that because you've been through a situation like that. That just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. I just think it's kind of retarded for you to even make a statement like that. I wish I could talk to this guy. I swear I wish I could. Some of these people that be online, I wish I could just have a podcast with them because I need to talk to people like this because I need to understand the mind state behind this statement. Like you can't generalize everybody and say, you could say certain women or some women or majority or less than or more than. You can say that. But when you say stuff like, oh, well, women don't want women. It was never about love with women. When women are built off emotions, how isn't it about love? How? There are some women out here who marry men that have nothing. So how is that not about love? Like, what are you talking about? There's women that live with their men in cardboard boxes. How is that benefiting her? How? Explain to me how that benefits her. How? What's the benefit in that? I don't get it. Some people just talk the talk, you know? Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is.